Well, hi everybody. Welcome to another edition of Phoenix in the South group. We meet every week on a Thursday, and for those of you that are on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or LinkedIn, we meet every week like this, and it's just a bunch of great businesses that have been brought together to share in some way, well, not only with referrals, but connection with other people to get things done. I called a number of people just recently because I wanted to find out if they knew some other massage therapists and other people like that. And it's just nice to have a go-to group that you can go to that they know people that I would never meet. And that is always the case there, okay? They always want to be able to look at things in a way that is always growing. When you're part of a group and you see how people are growing, in several people this year I'm already getting that they're going to have record years. No difference than myself. It's just incredible how busy it has been for myself. And when people see that and they're around people that are always growing, you will grow too, 100%. Stats show it that the 5 people that you hang around the most, the average income is you. Based on the 5 people that you hang around with, you appreciate, you respect, and you're always, looking at their thought patterns, you will grow as well. So when you're part of that group, it's great to hang around with those people. There's a lot of people that are even smarter than me. Hey, Mike?
Yeah, I know a couple.
Yeah. Okay. And it's always about being humble and all of that, but it's just good to, if a new person, I just did a show in Kempville, and I noticed that one of the small businesses they were doing, they had a number of things going on with their signage and everything else, and I says, can I make a couple of suggestions? And I'm not here to run your business or anything, but I just gave him a few tips, and he says, oh wow, thank you so much, and it just makes it more impactful. They had a record at the end of the show. They said we've never done as well as we did in this show. And so thank you for that. I said, and I didn't ask for anything. I just wanted to give. And that's what good entrepreneurs do. There's no sense in all of us going through the same mistake and there are mistakes that are always going to be mistakes. Some things will change, and some things that you always relied on doesn't change. But there are always going to be some things that are going to change, or some things that are going to stay the same. And that's the idea. So let's take a look at how Phoenix is doing overall and get a perspective here of how we're doing. Well, pbex.ca is our main hub. Everything comes from there. We also have the URL, phoenixbusinessexchange.com. So we have the .com angle part of it. It all leads to this site. Okay, there's Mike's site. He's part of the We Care Focus. And our member of the week is Cindy Little. She's our e-card member, and we wanted to appreciate her. I saw her at one of the shows in the Kempville show recently, and she's doing great with her new found direction in life and everything, and so happy she's found that. If you ever are inviting a visitor, or if you're coming in yourself and you forget the Zoom number or the ID or whatever, just simply come to this group, part of it, and all these red buttons here have the Zoom in it. So today was, of course, the Thursday. When you hit that, then you get right into the group. So nothing to remember. It makes it easy, okay? And that's the whole idea there. Now our sales so far are 91,000. I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to change the bulletin board, but it's 91,000 so far in terms of sales this year. I'm going to be adding a few thousand to that just based on the last couple of days. Our referrals are 148 so far, and 225 BAMs. That is probably the best outlook on BAMs we've ever had. For those that are watching, what a BAM is a business activity meeting, and it's when 2 members get together, whether it's at their home or at their business, and they just talk about stuff. We could talk about family, dogs, we talk about business, and then eventually it'll come to what kind of business are you looking for? I'm always elated when I can get a referral for Mike. Let's say he's been around Phoenix forever. Bless his heart, and he's just and always excited when I can toss him a lead or something, or Bernie or any of our other members. But I want to know. I make sure that I'm giving them something that they could use. A photographer that doesn't do weddings, doesn't do any use of having, hey, I got a wedding for you. Oh, well, that's nice, but I don't do weddings. I know I'm a photographer, but I'm specialized in whatever field it is. So to know that, you got to meet with them, and they'll tell you what they want and what they don't want, what is the best referral they ever had, okay? And so that's kind of where we're going there, all right? And just to give you an idea of membership, I wanted to give you members an idea. Now, here's our directory for the South group, just to give you some heads up. If we take a person like, okay, well, let's take Eric. Awesome guy. Let's say, for instance, he's looking at all the pictures that we have here of him and the write-up and so on, and maybe something has changed in his life. He wants to change something. So he could, ask us to do it. If he wants to do it faster, there is a way that the members can sign in. Okay, in this members column, okay, you just basically hit that, and all you do is you put in your email, the one that we have a record of you, and then put in your password. Everyone has their password, and we can give it to you at any time. But then you basically go in the back door, and then you can change all of those things that in this case Eric perhaps wants to change. So if he wants to do a different write-up, he wants to maybe put in another picture or whatever, you have a little bit of flexibility as to what you can put in. Okay, and so yeah, that's basically how that works. So members have a little bit of a choice and a chance. You can also put in the different social media. I can see Eric is on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and so on. But let's say there's another platform he wants to show, whether it's like a real estate board site or link or something. He could put that in himself. Okay, so that's the flexibility. If you want more information, members, you can let me know. Also, there's contact information, and as you can see, there's his e-card in that area. So if anybody clicks that, you'll get Eric's electronic business card. Okay, every Phoenix member gets one of these. Now this one's a really, this is the Cadillac. He's got the videos in there. We put it in for him, and there's all kinds of testimonials because he's awesome. There's his website, okay? So it's like a mini website for a phone. It is geared for phone, all right? Because although it works on the computer, it's better on the phone, only because of the shape, number one. And the second reason is that 70% and growing of the activity that's happening on social media and anywhere is on people's phone because it's so portable. All right. So it's just a smart way for Eric in this way to be able to show himself, because he's in so many other platforms. He does so many other great things that it does that. Okay. And okay, so let's start with the introductions. Tell us what kind of service you do as we go through the members, and they're going to tell you when their service comes into play, because what we do is one thing, but sometimes just explaining to somebody what we do isn't always the most optimal way of being able to refer. It's when. When something happens, this is where I come in. I'm asked all the time, when should I come back, or when do I need your services? And I just simply say, when you don't feel connected, when you don't feel grounded. Oh, that's when. No, that's just an example. All right. So if you can position yourself that way, it's a completely different way to show what you do, is giving your person, your prospect, an idea of when I should be able to connect to you. So let's start with Q. Go ahead, Q, whenever you're ready.
Hi, thank you, Tony. Hi, everyone. My name is Q, and I'm your go-to ancient lady of the group. And if you ever wonder if you have enough ancient protection for yourself and your loved one, then it's recommend that you have about 10 times your annual income as a life insurance coverage, and about 1 to 2 times your annual income as a critical illness insurance coverage. So if you or anyone want a no obligation review, please feel free to reach out. We can have a conversation. Here from World Financial Group, providing you with financial peace of mind when you need it most.
Q,
Thanks.
just so you know, your microphone, it was.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry.
Sorry.
There we go.
Now, the back of your head's quiet. Really good.
Yeah, that's much better.
Sorry. I forgot.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I was going to mention something, but I thought it was my speaker, so I apologize. Q, have you had any BAMs or anything? Any referrals?
Not for this week.
Anybody? Okay. So your service comes in if somebody has any question whether or not their future is secure, and you can set that up so that there's no worry in that one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, and over to Mr. Norm Boyer.
Good morning. So we have a helper that produces work for us, right? And his name is Mr. Raccoon. So I looked at a job. It was kind of a butcher job of the soffit, and because of that, the raccoon ripped up some of the soffit and damaged it. I can't match the color. So the raccoon did between $8,000 to $9,000 worth of damage. So I'll do a final pricing out today. I looked at it and the job wasn't installed properly. I mean, it looked pretty, but it wasn't, they didn't put enough screws or nails in it. And so the raccoon was able to literally rip 4-foot pieces of soffit out and then damage that soffit. And then it's brown, very hard to match brown because it's got red pigments in it and it fades. So not able to replace just the damaged piece, have to replace the whole thing. But so we kind of do jobs that we fix up after other people. It can be contractors, it can be do-it-yourselfers. The most costly part of the job is fixing up something that somebody else mucked up. So Boy's home maintenance and repair, we do the honeydew list. If your husband's not competent, don't give him the list. Give us the list, and we'll get it done. I had a customer come to me and she said, I want a price on 15 windows supplied only, and I want the price supplied and installed. I said, if it's supplied only, who's going to install it? He said, my husband. I said, how long are the windows going to be in the garage? He said, give me a supply and install price. Right. So we have the tools and knowledge to do it right. I said, this big job with the raccoon really damaged is because the guy took a lot of shortcuts when he put the soffit in, and the raccoon was able to rip it off. We would have did it. We would have had a lot of screws in it, so the raccoon couldn't have damaged it. So it's that time of year where we get a lot of work because of winter damage, because people are now walking around and finding things that need to be fixed. So Boy's home maintenance repair, the honeydew list, we get it done. We fix your home. If you don't know how to do it, don't want to do it, don't have the tools to do it, don't have the time to do it, Boy's home maintenance and repair.
Thank you, Norm. Any BAMs?
Oh, yes. Well, I had some consultation. You know, my van was making some noises that I wasn't familiar with. And when it makes noises that you're not familiar with, that's why I got invented mechanics. And so I went and saw Sam, and he said, oh, yeah, it's making noise. They make noise, you know, so nothing serious. I thought it was the bearing. He said, no, it's not the bearing. It's just this. So thank you, Sam, for relieving that stress.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Norm.
Oh, Jackie, I had a contact with Jackie too.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Norm. And I'm not sure if I had mentioned it in our segment, but next week is long weekend starting on Monday, so there are no meetings next week. Okay, so you got a break. So we're meeting in 2 weeks, just to give you know. We'll send you a text on that anyway, but I just wanted to mention it now. And okay, and over to Mr. Eric Perron.
Bonjour tout le monde. So I am Eric Perron, your real estate advisor with England Brokers Ottawa. When do you need me? You need me well before you sell your house, well before you start your search. What you need to do, and I'm doing this, I've got 2 appointments next week to give people an idea of what their home is actually worth in the market today. Don't listen to the media because you've got one story going this way, you've got another story going that way. So right now we have properties that are on for sale for 4 months. We have other properties that are selling in 2 days with 6 multiple offers. So we have from the far left to the far right, we got everything in between. So you got to make some sense out of what your home is actually going to be worth in the marketplace. Because one thing that sellers forget is that you can't sell it for the price that you want. You can only sell it for a price that buyers are willing to pay for it. So we've got homes that are listed at $1.3 million. They reduced their price by 100 grand down to 1.2, then down to 1.1, then finally they're at $980,000 and they finally get it sold for 970. So it goes to show you that the price difference is sometimes absolutely crazy. So you've got to get a professional realtor in there to show you all of the numbers and specifically not what is happening in Ottawa, but what is specifically happening in your particular domain. As an example, I presented yesterday for a 3-bedroom attached home, a semi-detached home. What I did is I took out just the statistics of semi-detached homes in Ottawa for 3 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms only. Let's compare apples to apples. Turns out there's 72 homes for sale. Not all of them are in their neighborhood, of course. They're spread out throughout Ottawa. So it gave us an idea of what's going on. It gave us an idea that the highest price one is in the 900s and the medium price is $701,000. So it really gives them a really good amount of information to make their choices from. So if you need information about the market, drill down, be specific, and know exactly what you're selling, give me a call.
Thank you, Eric. Okay. Any BAMs? Any meetings?
Not this week, nope.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you, Eric. And over to Mike. Mike will be subbing for Terry Black. So go ahead, Mike.
Great. Thank you, Tony. Good morning, Phoenix member. Hoping everybody's doing well. Nice to see everybody. So yes, as Tony mentioned, Terry gave me a call early this morning, couldn't make the meeting and asked me to substitute for her, which I'm glad to do. So Terry is a seniors need professional with 25 years of experience supporting seniors and families in the community. And as you know, Terry has worked in long-term care, community support services, and the retirement industry. And so in March, in 2024, I believe it was, Terry accepted a new role in the community with Dignity Memorial as a licensed pre-planning advisor. So she educates individuals and couples on how to protect their family. So a good referral for Terry is if you know somebody that is looking for a professional and for this type of service, and she offers really kind advice with planning for their funeral in the future. And what it does, the rationale, you get it all pre-planned. It just removes a lot of burden from the family members in case something was to happen. Another great referral for Terry is if you know, let's say a senior community group where Terry can be invited to do a presentation about pre-planning. When should you connect with Terry to use these services? Well, I think as we all know, before you pass away. So Terry with Dignity Memorial, and her tagline is "Every detail remembered."
Okay. Thank you, Mike. And you can do your infomercial too, my friend.
Oh, great. Thank you. Yeah, so Mike, representing Playing It Forward for Wishes, volunteer committee that I started up with my buddy Rob Howell, manager and co-owner of the Metcalf Golf Course in 2014. And what we do is we hold a couple of golf tournaments each year. And from those monies, we give out 100% of that monies to community organizations that are in need to do the good works that they do. And so we're very proud. We're all volunteers, as I mentioned. Since 2014, we collectively have raised over $575,000 and gave it out to ton of organizations. So I have a little offer for the Phoenix Group. As we know, the Phoenix Charity of Choice this year is the Canada Food Cupboard, and which is a great organization. I mean, just think of it. So 3 ways how Phoenix can help Playing It Forward for Wishes and how Playing It Forward for Wishes can help Phoenix. Number one, for instance, I have a golf tournament coming up in about a month. If the Phoenix members find 4 members or 4 individuals through their networks to make a team and play that golf tournament, I will donate back from Playing It Forward for Wishes to Tony and Bernie's charity of choice, the Canada Food Cupboard, $1,000. So you find a foursome, you come in, you have a great day. They're known as golf angels because they know that they go there, they pay their golf out of their pocket. They have a fantastic day, fantastic food with gifts. And on top of that, the golf angel part is that they know $1,000 will be going back to the charity of choice of Phoenix this year. Number 2, sponsorships. Like any golf tournaments, there's sponsorships. If you guys want some really good marketing and some good visibility for the whole year, not just the golf tournament, on the website, this, that, multitude of stuff. Make a sponsorship, whatever level that is sponsored to our events, our 2 events. We will donate 100% of that back to the Phoenix Business Networking Group, Charity of Choice, the Canada Food Cupboard. So pretty cool. You get visibility, and the money goes back to you folks to make your donation to the Canada Food Cupboard. And the third thing, geez, you know what? I forget because I'm getting old. So maybe it's something like, I don't know, testimonials right now, like, oh my God, Mike, is that ever great? Is that ever wonderful? Anyway, keep that in mind. There's other ways of helping out the Phoenix Group. I just love helping people that help us and create a win-win. It's as simple as that. And the third win is your charity of choice. Playing It Forward for Wishes, the greatest joy in living is the joy of giving.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, we're doing our golf on September the 4th. When is your event? It's somewhere in
1 month from now, June 16th is the Enduro. So it's 18 or 36 holes, depending what you want to sign up for. And food, prizes, this great, good networking opportunity, obviously, too. And then the other one, our family day golf, where it's little kids come out with their grandparents and parents and what have you, do 9 holes and watch a wish reveal, listen to a wish family, is in September.
Okay, if you can just put some of the details on that in the chat if you haven't already done so. Okay, that'd be great. All
I'll
right.
just do simple. If you guys are interested in what I
Yeah.
said, just contact me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mike. And over to Susan McGarry. Hi, Susan. Glad to see you here.
Hi, thanks for having me. I got the invite on my text. Good morning, everyone. My name is Susan McGarry. I'm with a company called Pure Trim, and Tony brought up a really good point. When would you refer me? When would you share Pure Trim with other people? And this is the time of year when you're on that golf course and you're making those swings, or you're going for that run or that bike ride. This is amazing mist. You just spray it wherever the pain is, lasts 3 to 4 hours. And what I love most about it is when I get testimonials, like they called it the magic mist. It's no longer called joint mist, it's called magic mist. So if you know anyone, care about anyone, know anyone that's looking for relief, have them reach out to me. I'll put my information in the chat. And I had a BAM with Rahel, which led into a sale for Rahel, which led into a referral for me from Rahel. And Redmond gave me a referral. So Rahel's putting that chat bot on my sister's website for her restaurant. So it's going to be really awesome. So thank you. Have a great week.
Thank you very much, Susan. Is there a need to put that spray on the golf club? Because it's a real pain when the ball goes into the woods.
Yeah, I think they have pink balls for that, don't they?
Okay, right.
Yeah, they just spray paint them pink or green.
Thank you very much, Susan. Awesome. And over to Jacqueline. Jacqueline.
And good morning on this beautiful sunny day. maybe, possibly, because I know I did put on my my raincoat and I lifted my shoulders, took them back and dropped them down and understood that rain releases. And I appreciate it because I get to protect myself by choice, staying a little drier. And when I decided to protect myself, I understand that that is what some of my clients need to hear. How do I protect myself? How do I stay a little bit drier in this crazy, stormy climate? You know, I appreciate Wallace D. No, yes, Wallace D. Waddles, amazing gentleman. He lived and died the beginning of the 1900s, and he wrote a book called The Science of Money. Sorry, The Science of Getting Rich, kind of money. And you know, there's things to be learned, and I would like to think I know everything. However, it makes sense for me to pick up a book and learn more about the science. And how can I help my clients? They're always looking to evolve, and I'm always looking to educate. I'm always looking to offer them financial tips, and it allows them to make the decisions they really need to make. That's what I'll be doing on May 31st at Women Speak Up. It's a May celebration, and I will be talking about what it is to understand where you are in your financial status. I am a call away, a text away. So when you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, contact your mortgage honey.
Thanks a lot, Jacqueline. Any BAMs at all? And you met with somebody? There's no sound. There we
Oops,
go.
sorry. I did have a BAM with Terry, and that's why I'm heading out May 20 to her function. And thank you, Norm. It was great to have a conversation with you to help out. And I think that was it for me.
Okay. Thank you, Jacqueline. Awesome. And over to Mr. Sam.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturz, ConnectedCars.ca. I'm going to start with the when. When do you need my services? Well, Norm did something that I actually appreciate. He contacted me right away when he heard some strange noise in his car. That's very important because if you don't, if you delay these noises that you're hearing in your automobile, good chances that it's going to get a lot worse. Could cause an accident, could end up your vehicle breaking down the side of the road, costing you towing fees. So don't ignore those little rattles or scrapes or noises that your car makes. They are warning you potential problems down the road. So take Norm's actions and find somebody that you trust to look at your vehicle and give you a okay or not so okay situation. Anyway, Sam Sturz, ConnectedCars.ca. Dashcam Sam is my handle because I install dash cameras nice and neat in vehicles. I've seen lots of dash cameras installed in vehicles that look like crap. I do it nice and neat where the wires aren't hanging down all over the place and you have to plug it in and plug it out, things like that. Also do minor repairs, oil changes, brake jobs, and I've been doing a lot of summer tire installations. And it's the last time I'm going to talk about it. If you haven't changed your tires over to your summer tires yet, you're getting into the danger area. I see lots of tires still, snow tires on cars. If you're taking a long trip and you're got those snow tires on and it's 20 degrees, you're wearing down those snow tires pretty fast. So you're just going to the grocery store, no big deal. But if you're going on a long trip, not a good idea. So get those snow tires off, put your summer tires on. And if you need to, give me a call and I'll get the appointment, set you up, get them off. Sam Sturz, ConnectedCars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle, and a lot more.
Thanks a lot, Sam. And our neighbors, I noticed his snow tires were still on. And I asked, it's going to get pretty warm pretty soon. He says it doesn't matter because the snow tires are kind of gone. So I'm just going to go and until I'm not going to reuse them. It's this way I don't have to. I might be able to save the summer tire thing and just get another winter in the winter. I says I don't know if I would do that anyway, but anyways, it's amazing the different people's perspective of safety, you know. All right, and over to Mr. Bernie.
Thank you, Tony. Good day, folks. So, business concierge, I connect businesses. I guess the best way to have a utility of the service is have a BAM. Because from there, I end up hearing something you're saying, going, hey, I know someone that could use your service, or you can work with somebody, and you're both looking for the same target audience. You'll see a whole bunch of different things that have been posted during the chat. There's the golf tournament for $88. There's the Ad Hive if you want to do a BAM in person. Good place. It's central to Ottawa. Good place to, if you need a quick office, a temporary office, perfect spot for that. You know, they can set you up, whether it's an hour for the whole day, whatever the case might be. And that's kind of the nature of the beast. Knack for Business podcast. You already heard about that before. We're doing really good. And in fact, Carol Lee from the Canada Food Cupboard, her podcast was recorded last Friday and out within 24 hours because they have certain events that are coming up that are like this month, like the 20th and then in June. So that's kind of the nature of what we do. East Trade Wins. It's you'll see in the link the videos people have presented. This week was somebody that was talking about time and time management. Interesting. He said women tend to be better at it. That was one of his synopsis. You want more details? You have to listen to the video. Sorry. You just have to go at it. And Jacqueline, thank you for attending the East Trade Wins.
Okay. Okay, that's Jacqueline. Thank you, Bernie. Awesome. So I'm presenting today, so I figured I'd change things up. I always like to do different things, and I figured today, if anybody has any questions about getting a reading, when people come to me for a reading, it's usually something that is on the top of their mind. It comes to their mind has come everything down to the lowest common denominator, and there's usually two of them. Should I do this? Should I go to Ryerson, or should I go to Carleton University? Like they're both pretty. Which is what is Spirit saying? So in other words, you've done all of your research, which is great, and you've done everything that you think, then your mind can think about what it is that would be the best, and then the final thing should be or could be what Spirit sees that you should be going to. Most times it's whatever you're going to feel, but sometimes people don't feel much. It's like a muscle, intuition and this gut feeling, as Mike would call it, this jitters in your stomach. It is your way and the way that the body connects, and that is their signal for you to do something. So whether it's a positive or a negative feeling, but some people think, well, that's just a thing. That doesn't really make any decisions. What I feel, I just want to make sure I do the right decisions. People are afraid to make mistakes. They figured, and that's fine. But there is also a life path, something that you should be going to, in other words. So when people come in for a reading, just make sure that when you're asking a question, because I'll ask a general question to anybody here, if they want a quick reading, and understanding that we are online and live, we'll do a kind of a superficial thing as much as we can without getting into a lot of specifics, and I can meet you after for another few minutes and just to give you the more private stuff, okay? On top of this, we also do what we call group gatherings, where we go to a place where, let's say, it could be a party, it could be a celebration of an event, it could be just getting together 6 or more people or a few people together, and I come to your home. And we have a separate place in another room. Usually it's a second bedroom or something in a basement or something in a good, private place where one by one people come in and I give readings one after the other. If it's 6 people, we're pretty much done in 6 hours. It takes about 45 minutes or so with break and so on. I can do that in 6 hours. The one that I did that was 18 people involved, I started at about 8 o'clock in the morning and didn't finish until 2 o'clock the next day. And I just went right through, People are saying, well, don't you get tired when doing one after the other? Actually, it's the other way around. Because I'm not using my energy, I'm using source energy. It's just like plugging in your phone and being on the phone for 8 hours. It's still at 100%, right? So usually at 2 a.m., I need a coffee to come down. All right, because the coffee is a lower energy, and so I need that to come down quick, so otherwise I'll never sleep. So I need coffee to sleep, sort of thing. So it's, but yeah, so that's kind of the way it works is when you have a question in mind that you need an answer for, you're doing a business deal, we're partnering up with somebody, that's probably the best way to be able to add to whatever you've got up to that point in research and everything else, whether or not you're going to be making a decision that you're going to have to live with, like, should I get married, or should I partner up with this person in my business? Should I, is it for my higher good? And that's usually a good one. Most times it is very good. It just might be a few caveats, some things to bear in mind. And then as long as you're going in with an open mind or an open, awareness, then you're good. So if anybody has any questions, just don't make it so that it is time oriented. Like, when will I find my, Mr. Right or Mrs. Right? Or when will I go to Italy or something? Because that's also space. Anything to do with time or space, that's not the world that spirit is in. The spirit is in alignment, dominoes. When one thing happens, something that could take 6 months could take a week, literally. And I've seen that, even less. When all the doors are open and all you have to do is walk through it, it goes really fast. All right. So yeah, if anybody has any questions about something, if you want to let me know, I can give you a sort of a general reading. Anybody have anything that they need any insight with? While you're doing that, I'll just. By the way, I also teach people how to do what we call angel card reading. I have that as well. I can teach you how to do that, and using a pendulum to be able to get direction and that. So those are the classes that I also have. Some of them are home studies. They're as little as $10, and some of them are it's like a 5-hour class for about $88 sort of thing. So Susan McGarry, go ahead, Susan. What would you like to talk about?
Susan, you're muted.
Yeah, you're on mute.
Thank you. Mine's just a quick one. Like you said, I went with my gut. This just happened yesterday. I signed up for quite an intense coaching course, and I signed up for a year, but it's not that it's getting in the way, but I minimized it to 6 months. But I'm still on the fence with it. Geez, did I make a mistake? Should I be doing the full year? Blah, blah, blah. But I really, so that just happened yesterday. So I thought that would be a
Okay,
good
so
one.
you made a decision to do what it's supposed to be a year-long coaching, and you did it for 6 months? Just so
Yeah,
I
I started in January, and I just yesterday asked to shut it down for 6 months rather than the full year.
Is it more expensive in 6 months? In other words, some people will have, like, if you take my class for 6 months.
That's how they got me for the year. Yeah.
Then for the year, it's a little better price.
Yeah, that's how they got
That's what
me
I'm getting.
for.
That's what I'm getting. That. So that was one of.
Oh, wow. That's really, that's very, very good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
well,
was.
that's what the spirit is saying. So one of the things is that it comes down to trust. They say you already know the answer, that you needed this, and there's just something that is doubting it. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever had an occasion where you've done this and it didn't turn out very well. And so what ends up happening is we will take the past experiences and apply it to something right now. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, what you have decided to do now is applicable for now. Just because you had a relationship that didn't work out, it doesn't mean the next relationship will be the same. Unless you believe it so much that you will actually manifest another Mr. Wrong or whoever it was. Or if you had a bad experience with another coach, let's say, and it didn't go very well. It doesn't mean what you're going to have is going to be the same. But you have learned from that to be able to look at the senses. So if you're just deciding on a whim, just like that, yeah, it could be anything. But there should be some feeling to whatever the decision you're trying to make. And in this one, Spirit is saying you did that already. So you already did your due diligence. In other words, does this feel right? Do we have the money? And sometimes it's not even about the money, because usually when you bring in professional people into your business, you will actually make at least 10 to 15% more right off the bat. And so it will pay for the coaching. In fact, the way you should approach that is that your business should be able to improve, so the coaching costs nothing. So let's say it's a $5,000 coaching. I'm not sure what the package is from a human perspective, but if it's a
That's what it was, Tony.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, because I was getting a 5,000, so I was just an example. So if it's a $5,000 thing, you should be seeing, okay, if my business, because of this, comes to $5,000 in terms of what I'm going to get back, it's free. Okay, so if you look at it that way, so anything better than that would be great. So you're always, your conscious mind says, I want this for free, because when I get this person to help me, I'll be able to add that and have that extra. So your decision's bang on. It's so yeah, it's just about trust. That's what it comes down to. So you're on the right path. You're doing well. So you can do it for 6 months if you like, but it'll also be advantageous for you to take the year. So it's up to you which way you want to go. And I'm getting that for the first interim, just do it for the next 30 days and see how you feel, and then you'll get a better perspective, because you started in January.
Yeah, actually
Okay.
October, and then did it for 3 months.
Oh wow!
I did it
Okay,
for
okay.
3 months, and then January to
So
June.
I was getting a 6 and/or 7, so I wasn't sure what that meant. You're doing it for 6 months, but you're already done it for 6 months, pretty much, eh?
Mhm.
Okay, and how has it been so far?
Oh, pretty good. I mean, I just feel like I'm good now. It's like,
Okay. What I'm also getting is the area that you're about to move into is really going to amp up your game. So, in other words, the best is yet to come. All right. So it would be no problem to continue this program for another few months. So this will be good for you. You'll be able to look at your business in a different way. But yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah.
thank you.
I hope that helped. Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
Oh, come on, someone has something.
Well, I know Q has something, but because I see her energy glowing. If you have a question, and it could be about it could even be about family, how to manage. I mean, we're getting to the point where all of us is taking care of our parents, our moms, dad, whatever, or our spouse, if they need care, that kind of thing. So if there's anything.
Oh, actually, yes. If you talk about that part, then I do have a question. Yeah, so my mom will retire in a year, and I want to apply for like a PR for her through like sponsorship. So I'm just wondering if I should like start the process now or wait until she retire to like.
So what program was it? PR you said?
That would be like sponsorship, like
A
I
sponsorship?
would sponsor her. Yeah,
Oh, you would sponsor
like
her.
a grant, like a parents or grandparents sponsorship.
That's to bring them into
Yeah.
Canada?
Yeah, as a PR.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it. I'm getting a yes. Yes, because if with our infinite government, the way they work, they're not getting faster than they used to. So that Spirit says you can apply to that anytime, because it'll take a certain amount of time for them to get through the paperwork and the backlog and so on. Not a lot has been done for it, but in terms of the the process for it. But if you apply for it, it will give you that head start. And it's a good thing. But you have another question regarding your mom or the trip or the adjustment or something. Something you'll be considering is you're going to have your mom with you all the time, and so it's just that blending. So your relationship between your parents will be a little different. In some ways, it'll be reversed, where she was taking care of you, making sure your hat is on at the middle of winter and stuff. And now the whole thing is reversed, where you're making sure she's okay. And so it is an adjustment, and a lot of these things you already know, but yeah, it's a good thing. Were you thinking of bringing in more than your mom?
No.
No? Oh, interesting. Okay, because I see two people for some reason. So I mean, I have another person in there. So I don't know where that is. Is there any other family your mom's in Italy, isn't she?
Yes, but she's
Yes.
just working there.
Yes.
When
Okay.
she done her work term, she will go back.
Okay. Okay. So when she's done work, when she retires.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's a good thing to do it now. As far as if that's your question, yeah, it's all good. And this is a good union. Your mom really misses you. So this will be good to have everyone under the same roof.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Jacqueline.
It's almost like you were at
Oops.
an auction. You raised your hand.
Did
Raise
I?
your hand. Yeah, you bought the car.
Little angel.
Now you can ask any question. It could be about your health, your wealth, a business transaction, pretty much anything. Anything goes, with it.
Well, you know what? I will ask about the second book that I'm writing. That's not about money. And
Okay.
my thought was that I would have it written by October. Then I was told April would be great. April's been and gone. Just wondering, should I continue since it's not complete?
Continue writing, you mean? Or continue?
Continue writing it, yeah.
Well, I'm getting there's still a lot of things you want to add to this. All right. So October, that sounds like a reasonable time from a human perspective to get the words down. What is holding you back? Because I'm feeling resistance. I'm feeling that you're hesitating. What are you feeling that? In other words, every time you sit down to write it, there's not much to say. But when you're away from the desk, you have all kinds of ideas. Boom, boom, that comes to you. But when you sit down, there's not much. Does this sound right, or does this sound correct?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple other books that are
That's it.
busy wanting to be written.
Right.
But this one I made a commitment to. It was like
That's it. There you go. There you go. So this is not that. That is why that you're not filling a blank. Your body wants you to write a book you want to write that would make you really energized. And here's the thing: when you do that one first, this one may be second, maybe third. All right. Either way, but there's one that you would love, absolutely love to write.
Yeah.
And that you will do in a weekend. You don't have to wait till October. That's why you said October, because it will take that long. But here we are, 6 months later, you'll still be, oh, gee, I got to get this out. Your body doesn't work on deadlines. The energy can't be pushed. It's just like pushing on a rope. There's not a lot of headway, not going anywhere, right? And that's sometimes where our creativity is sort of lost, when we're working on things we really don't have our heart into. All right? So do that one first.
Yeah, fair statement.
Literally, when you get the inspiration, the book will write itself.
Yeah.
And you will have to run, and you can't keep up with the ideas that are coming. That's the book you want to write. Then once that resistance is done, then you write this financial book that you want, and you'll end up doing two books at the same time, or two books in the same timeline. But if you try to do the one first, it'll take forever because you're doing it as a commitment. Commitment is human. Commitment is timelines, and I want this done, and it would be nice to be done. But there's one you want to do before that, and you'll get them both done. So do the one you are passionate about first. Okay?
Good. Wicked. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, they're pointing to this book about illustrations. Are you looking for somebody that does artwork or something that that does pictures or whatever? One of your clients do this type of work where they'll do nice little, whether it's cartoons or whether it's illustrations. Okay, you could do it on Canva yourself, but they're more wanting you to collaborate with somebody else because I don't know, there's a hidden benefit in there, getting other people involved, other people's energy of passion to do something. They may turn around and end up buying a house from you. I don't know. But there's a benefit. In other words, there's a point for you. You want to do everything yourself. Try and resist that. All right, because there is a real nice blending here of something that you'll do, collaborate with somebody to get something even better. All right. Yeah. Okay. So your energy is basically saying there's two ways to be able to get an illustrator. If you have no money whatsoever, you can get them that, the proceeds of this, you'll get a certain percentage, or you can just get them to draw it all and then just pay for it. And then that way, if it turns into a million seller, it's not going to be a royalty type situation or a licensing type thing. So something to consider. It well written and entertaining and to the point, it'll do well. It'll do well. Okay? It'll do well. They have a surprise for you, like when it's done, but just realize it's not Jacqueline that's going to be writing this. It's the book that needs to get published, so people need to hear it, see it, experience it. So I'm not sure what book it is, so whether it is, but it's something passionate that you feel very strongly about because there's an energy pushing you, tapping you on the shoulder to write this. Well, that's the same energy that's going to write the book. Okay? All they need is a human that can write it down and that is getting that receptivity, if that's a word. All right? As it's coming through, then you write it. So you're the writer, you're the telephone sort of thing. Okay?
Thank you.
I hope that helped.
I have some writing to do.
No, you don't. No, just keep connecting and being passionate about what would it be like when this book comes out. How would it help people? When people read it, they'll say, "Oh my God, she's talking to me." That's the kind of writing. That kind of writing you don't write. You follow. That's why you'll be able to do it in a weekend. You'll have most of the book done in a weekend. I mean, there'll be different detail things afterwards, but you'll have the concept. You'll have most of the what they call the table of contents, what you want to cover in that table of contents. Okay, you'll have that, and you'll just know every section what you want to put in there, and all you need to do is just get it down. But you'll have that down in a weekend, and that's the basics of any book. You have the concept and you know what people really need and want in whatever they're reading. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people are just writing because of money, and that's why there's so many people not doing much. They end up giving their books away because it has little value, and so it just constantly given away. But when people open up a book and the first chapter is like, "Oh my God, she's talking to me." So it's that kind of thing, and Spirit has that. So the less of your whatever thoughts, limitations, or however you are thinking about this book, the book will write itself. Okay, so look at it that way. Not that you'll be writing it physically, yes, but in your connotation, you are writing it and creating it, and no, you won't be. Okay, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
Yeah, you're channeling, and we call that automatic writing.
Yeah.
And that's fun. That is so fun. Sometimes I'll do that to 6, 7-year-olds, and they get going because they're still so close to spirit where they came from, and they have this high vibration. And I just said, whatever comes to your head, just write it down. At first they'll put Mary had a little lamb. Just keep writing and writing, and then there'll be a point within about a minute or two where it just goes into a zone, and you write like 4 pages and have no idea what you've written. Then you have to go back and read it. Hey, that's cool. So that's automatic writing. And when you can do that, that's a bestseller. If you look at any of the bestsellers, that's how they write. They do the whole thing. Imagine from John Lennon was written in literally 45 minutes. Now, a lot of the detail parts of the song was done after, but the concept and the sound and everything was done in 45 minutes. And it's still the best song ever written. Every time I hear that, I stop whatever I'm doing. Okay, so a song has to impact people, and it's so simple. So your book will be simple. Don't make it complicated, because that's human. Make it simple. People get it as soon as they open the page. Okay, I hope that helped.
Thank you. Very much so. Thank you.
Coming up to 9 o'clock, so if anybody has any other questions for that, you can either text me or whatever, and because you were here and you're still here, then we can continue on. Okay, so Bernie, do you got a quote for us for the end of the day?
We do.
The end of the meeting.
You don't have to be smarter than the rest. You just have to be more disciplined than the rest. Warren Buffett.
Oh, that's Susan. I feel Susan in all of that. She's disciplined, and she's good. Get those smarter people so we can be smarter after. Good stuff. Thank you, Bernie, for that. And for those that are still watching on Facebook Live and LinkedIn and YouTube, thank you so much for joining with us. And next week we are off because of the long weekend. So have a safe long weekend. Just realize that there are police everywhere. The stopping, the seatbelts, they're going back to basics. There's 3 main ones, and they're going to stop everybody. If you go 2 kilometers over the school area, they may stop you. So just be careful, okay? They're really out there clamping down on speeders and seatbelts and all the things that Sam talks about for safety, okay? And so motorcycle, if you have a motorcycle, be really, really conscious that you have to drive for other people. They are so excited that now the snow is gone, they might not see you. So keep your lights on, and if your intuition is that good, sometimes you'll feel when to slow down before you need to. Until in 2 weeks, have yourself a great weekend and a great time, and we will see you in that time. Okay, so take care. I love you all.
Namaste.